So to start this off, we usually sing the Benetarium theme song.
Yes.
And just so in case everyone's wondering, we have been getting back in person to do stuff, but we're doing it so much that we actually want to do a remote session because it would actually be easier for us this week because of the holidays. At least that was the rationale. So we're still doing it Benetarium remotely, which out of everything we do together is probably the one that suffers the least from being not being in person. So without any further ado, Benetarium theme song remotely, and I'll keep the beat, and we'll see how great it is. Don't even think about the latency.
Let's just check the latency real quick with a clap. Let's clap on 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's gonna be terrible. Okay, great.
Yeah, it's all different. Well, they're gonna hear whatever I hear because that's the one I'm capturing.
What?
So,
okay, so am I ahead of you or am I behind you?
behind.
Okay.
Am I ahead of you or behind?
Well, it doesn't. We have to clap at the same time. Okay,
I don't know.
I'm gonna start singing, and then you guys
Okay.
can add to it, and it's gonna be
can you
completely
clap?
off.
All right.
The only way it would work is if only one of you sang, and then I singed up to you because mine's the one that they're seeing at the end. Does that make sense? But no, we're gonna make it sound really crappy by me starting, so that way there's maximum latency. Okay, here we go.
So I should sing ahead of you.
If you want, but I think it's funnier if it just is natural.
No, I'm gonna line up perfectly.
Okay, here we go. One.
It's a podcast.
It's a podcast.
That didn't work.
from
It's not that.
Power Giraffe.
I didn't even start singing.
I mean,
One more time.
but we have to
One more
start.
time. If I count in, then how you're actually count? It's not that delayed. It's not
Well,
that
we'll. I don't know, but I'm like jumping in like a hopscotch.
Okay, start on.
It's
start
a
on,
podcast.
I didn't count it. Start on 3. I think that might be the
Okay.
easiest.
All right,
One,
let's go.
2. It's a podcast,
podcast
from Steam
from
Power
Steam
Giraffe. It's the Benetarium. Oh,
yeah.
boys.
We got
We
a
got
lot
a lot
of
of
stuff to
guests
do.
on the
You got
podcast
things.
today. It's
Hail
the
in the
Benetarium.
Oh Lord.
It's the
Benetarium.
right now.
Right
Man, it's so
now.
hard to. I just don't want to. If I don't
That was
listen to
great.
you, it's easier.
That was
Welcome,
great.
It's all
welcome to
the
the Benetarium, a podcast from the Steam Power Giraffe creators for the Steam Power Giraffe creators.
And
no one else
for any
listens
of
to
you.
this.
Yeah, no one else is. We actually,
Hi.
after we record it, I go into my room and I just listen to what we did, and I'm laughing at like all the things we did. No, I'm just, I never listen
Hi.
to it ever again.
Hi, I'm Isabella. Gunsmoke Bennett, as I'm known in the gang, and I play Rabbit the Robot and Gigi the Giraffe and all your other favorite cartoon characters from the cereal boxes.
I'm Brian Spaghetti Bill Barberin, as I'm known in the gang as well. I play Zero in Steam Power Giraffe and Spaghetti Bill in the gang.
My name's David Michael Bennett, and I play the Spine in the Robot Band.
No, that's not what we're doing.
I will come directly over to your house right now.
You are David, start quotes, something, end quotes, Bennett. What is it?
Fine.
I will take out that
Fine.
large cowboy hat and glue it to your head.
Okay. This is all just pre-stream stuff, right? We're not actually saving this stuff.
No, we save all this. This is gold.
This is the podcast. It's
Okay.
over after
My
this.
name's David Gunsmoke Bennett, and I'm.
Hey, wait a second.
No, I'm just
Yeah,
joking. I'm just joking. Okay, here we go.
Hold on a second.
My name's David Spaghetti Gunsmoke Bennett.
No, see, I knew you were going to do that. You better come up with something original.
You're right. I should have just done Gunsmoke. That way I could have done a third one.
We're going to start things off a little differently this podcast, and we're going to dive right into the game zone because there's a lot of releases. What is everyone playing?
I'm playing God of War Ragnarok.
Wow. I'm playing God of War Ragnarok.
Are you
I'm
making
playing
fun of me?
Secret World Legends because I'm a nerd.
Ooh, how is it?
It's good. It's a 10-year-old
it sounds
game.
good.
So I've been playing a lot of retro stuff. Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
Online, Secret World Legends.
Lord of the Rings.
Been playing what do we play? What's that? It's
Goat
not Street
Simulator?
Fighter.
Oh.
Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage 4
Yo, I love
the modern
those
one.
games.
So good. So good.
I've only played like about and like 2 hours on 2 separate days of God of War. I was like playing so frantically. I was like, I've only got this much time. Like, how much axe can I throw?
I didn't get there.
It's so beautiful.
I'm like
so beautiful.
13 hours in. It feels, and it's been out for a while. But I've been so busy. I haven't had time.
Yeah, that's awful. But I want more. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's great. It's topping the first one.
I'm just enjoying it. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I have to beat the first one first, so I'm not caught up yet.
What else came out?
Well, this
Simulator
one's
3,
equally as beautiful.
That's good. That's
Goat
that's
Simulator 3.
that one's a nice.
Which one's that? Is that the space one?
No, it's a goat.
I know, but there's
They did
like
have
a
DLC
space
for
one.
the first one where they had like space.
This is like a
and
new
arrow.
one.
Yeah, this is a new
Oh,
one.
nice.
They skipped
Brand
two
new
because
one.
that was the joke.
Oh, I didn't know.
It's parody game, so it's fun for a party.
We were playing it, the fam and I. It's fun. It's basically just a bunch of wacky physics.
Yeah, I enjoy game physics.
And the new Pokemon came out. Well, that's that game's not finished, but
Did you play it? Is it?
yeah, no, all the mechanics and like what the improvements and stuff is nice, but yes, the performance is probably the worst game I've ever played on Nintendo Switch.
Dang.
And most people are complaining, but the game has some redeeming qualities for sure. I think all the Pokemon.
There's
are
Pokemon in
super
it.
ugly
I hear.
this generation. They're all weird, and I don't like any of them. They're all uggos. But
Like, you mean the motorcycle wolf?
anyways, yeah, they're just. I'm not a fan of. To be fair, I'm not a fan of most of the Pokemon after the first 150. You know, before you got like one or two that were really terrible. Now it's like you get one or two that are really good, and the rest are just. You know, fans create better
Awful.
designs than some of them. I mean, I guess once you get to 1,000 Pokemon, or they're close to it. Anyways,
It's a shame. I feel like it'd be very easy to make a cool Pokemon game.
they have a few. Well,
like open world.
there's a.
you know.
Well. The newest one, the one that Pokemon Legends or whatever, that one did some cool things. That one had some pretty bad performance too, but not as bad as this game. And Game Freak just doesn't know what they're doing. Maybe they outsource a lot of their stuff. You know what? There's probably plenty of podcasts that talk about video games detailing this because that's all I hear online is people complaining about
Yeah.
it. So.
We should switch to something that a lot of people don't talk about, like Steam Powered Giraffe. All right,
we
Steam
like
Powered
video
Draft
games.
Zone. Let's go. What's new in the world of Steam Powered Giraffe? That's probably what people are tuning in for.
Like when's
trying
the
to get
next
some
album?
juicy
When's
tidbits.
So yes, we did
Yeah.
announce our next album. Did we do it in between our last two podcasts? I don't remember. Since we skipped a
I
month
don't
of the
know.
podcast, we have no idea what we talk about. But anyways, we announced our next album well in advance, just to wet people's whistles. It's gonna be called The Seventh, like Peter Walter the Sixth, because that's our teaser image was a mask that's broken and it looks like a Peter Walter keyhole mask, if you know some of our lore.
Could be.
Anywho, but it will be an album with music, and that's what most people want to hear. And some people, and then and it may be a lore album. It might not be. Maybe we're just yanking a chain. No.
It might be an album full of marbles.
Yeah. And we
know.
have tons of stuff we're working on that we can't talk about, so that's why we wanted to talk. We announced that because
We have our fingers in a lot of pies.
and eventually you'll see the pies and you'll be like, I'm glad they didn't spoil it.
Can I get a fresh one? This one has a finger hole in it.
Yeah, and I saw one of these questions that we're going to be answering today is about live shows and stuff like that. We're not going back to live shows yet, but we have announced things in adjacent to live shows, which we'll talk about in that question because that would steal the thunder.
Speaking
from
of questions, let's start taking some
wait,
questions.
we still have
from
more
our-
Steve Our Draft news. Let's get it out of the way.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we do?
Hold on,
We
let's
do?
this.
So this is I don't know if
Wow.
this is going to drop before. Probably not. We'll have a Black Friday sale this weekend. We're recording this on a Tuesday. This is probably going to go out Friday if we're doing it on Tuesday.
On
maybe?
Black Friday? Oh
Maybe.
boy. Let's all go to the mall.
It's 25% off minus some of the new items, minus the water bottle and the calendar that we just put out because that wouldn't be fair for people who bought it when it came out. And no 25% off of any of the print-on-demand merch, which we do have a lot new print-on-demand merch because we're going through Printful.
Yes.
Except we can't offer discounts on that because then we would actually, if you bought something, it would actually cost us money to ship it to you.
What are some of those
that's how little the
merchandise
profits are.
items that we got offering? I know we got some great Steam Powered Giraffe
So
water bottles.
yeah, non-print-on-demand items. We got water bottle. They're clean canteens, so they're limited edition. We only have quite a few dozen.
I got one right here for all the people on the video. Whoa.
We got they were a mystery mail
That's
thing in the
very
past,
nice.
and we made extras to sell, and yeah, so they're real high quality. They're real small. I don't use it because it's too small, but for me, anyways, I use a big one. I use a big one.
It's good for like a jog or a walk. You know?
I use a bigger one. I was even bigger. Wow.
Mine's got the thermal. Mine. This is a clean canteen, so I do.
But does it
like that.
say steam powered giraffe on it? I guess you could put the sticker on it.
I'm not a
and-
shill. I'm not gonna advertise the band.
We also got new
Just
calendars for
standing.
2023. We did mini calendars this year for 1896.
Yeah, it's album art. It has some photos of the band too.
How many are they?
Well, there's 12.
They're like the size of the albums, I think, like a CD. You'd almost think that's from the CD if you didn't
Yeah.
know better.
I didn't know what mini meant, so when I got them, I was like, "Oh yeah, that is mini."
It worked out well because not all the album art is done in a resolution where we can just blow it up to infinite size. I mean, most of them probably could be, but
It was cute. It was appropriate. So you can stick that in your cart when you check out with your water bottle.
and we don't ship any of this stuff to the UK still. We're not the only store that does that. Obviously, this is all Brexit stuff. Happened back in 2020 was the cutoff for that kind of stuff. But if you are in the UK or international, we do ship international stuff, of course. We just don't ship to the UK because of the requirements. But for print on-demand items, they are all available for the UK, and our store reflects this now. Did whatever programming to make sure that if you do have an item that doesn't ship to the UK and you're in the UK, it won't let you check out. But if you have just printful items or digital items, sure, you can check out because Printful actually has locations in the UK. You will pay, of course, VAT and tax, and we'll see like $2 from the sale. But at least you're able to, pay a company to get a Steam Powered Giraffe logo.
We got those little skater dresses with Steam Powered Giraffe logos on them.
We took photos
Check it out.
this weekend too, and they're up on the store for items that we do have. It'll take a while because we're trying to. You can only get so many sample items at a discount, so we're waiting till the next month for those to recharge. So but yeah, we took photos, Chelsea and I, in some of the merch.
Oh yeah, you did.
Would you like a giant picture of Gigi the giraffe on your shirt? Because we got that.
Yeah, it's the highest resolution that we have of Gigi. I hope it's big enough. It's hard to tell when you do the mock-ups, but I haven't actually seen that one in person yet. But everything else looks pretty good. Embroidered hoodies with a thing right here. Direct-to-garment printing on the back. The t-shirts look really good for the direct-to-garment. Usually those are faded on dark colors, but look really good on the t-shirt. A little more not as vibrant on the hoodies because of the soft. But take a look at the pictures. You'll see what they look like in person. That's why we want to do that. There's like
Type in the
mug with their
code
logo, iPhone
type in-
cases.
Yeah, the iPhone cases are really cool.
AirPod cases. What else? I'm trying to think of anything else. There's a embroidered hat with the SPG logo.
This is our advertising block. We're sponsored by Scentbird, and if you type in SPG Gigi's the best, you can get 30% off your order of smelly perfumes.
Anyway, we started the printable stuff because we wanted to do more t-shirt designs because we can't keep t-shirts in stock other than like logo shirts, and that was pretty much just for like, shows and stuff. Because I'm in an apartment, we don't have space for more than one design of t-shirt in many different sizes and styles. So print on demand is pretty much the only way, and we're going to have new designs in the future because people want them. They want the robots on the shirts. They want Gigi on a shirt, and we'll get that. But right now, the designs that are on there are just the Walter Robotics logo, the Steam Powered Giraffe logo, the simple stuff that makes the most sense to start first. But it seems like it's working. We see those orders coming in a little bit. And apologies for not being able to make those a discount on the Black Friday sale. But when you're only getting like a few bucks off the profit of another company making the print on demand items, it's like, well, we can't spend money just so people can edit items, because then it's not about a lower profit, it's about actually costing the company money when people buy something. Anywho, with that out of the way, is that it? Yeah, is there anything else to talk about Steam Powered Giraffe wise?
That's good. Let's go into the questions. We got a good one about the merchandise. Maybe you can answer. From Sarah Meacham. Notice the long sleeve dresses have pockets. Do the no sleeve dresses have pockets?
Do they? Well, Poochie, do you?
Oh, is this this is a question that was just in our chat, right? I was looking at the
Yeah.
question.
I'm just adding it on because it was relevant to what we were talking about.
The skater dresses do not have pockets. That's unique to the long sleeved ones.
That's cool. Pockets are neat.
And the long, I haven't actually seen the long sleeve dress in person yet. Eventually, we'll get one, and then we'll take pictures of it. But yeah, the skater dress is pretty soft. It is more spandex and polyester, but it feels like cotton, if that makes any sense, even though there's no cotton in it. Like the outside kind of feels like it's cotton touched. I don't think it is though.
I want to get me one of those. They look super cute.
Yeah, it turned out it's just literally the logo on a gray background. Kind of one of those more like subtle band merch things where it's not like here's the logo of the band. It's like just the logo repeated a bunch on dark gray with a black logo, so it's like very subtle, like classy. Or you can do the red one that's a little more flashy with the logo. Anywho,
Yeah.
they're not terrible quality. They're actually pretty good. So, thanks. For
First
that
question.
Benetarian.
Or
questions
second
now, right?
question. Yeah. Here, first one from Sarah Meacham. Does Walter Robotics offer benefits to its Walter workers and staff? Things like health insurance, childcare, retirement plans, etc.
I'm leaving.
Goodbye.
Let's ask Chelsea, the Walter guy.
Have a good day at work.
Thank you.
Sorry, the podcast has to stop. Chelsea's going to work.
Oh, Chelsea.
It's nice seeing you all.
I was gonna see
It's a
you too.
podcast, Chelsea. No one can
Hi,
see anyone.
Chelsea. Nice hearing from you, Chelsea.
Nice hearing your voice, Chelsea.
Have fun at work.
Thank you. Yeah, just looking at
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
I imagine that Walter Robotics would want to have benefits to entice new Walter workers and staff to keep seasoned Walter workers and staff happy and wanting to continue to do their jobs. I'm sure they do, but in this economy, have they had to let a lot of the Walter workers go, or at least pay them in another dimension's currency? Something like that, you know? Maybe they're all in Kazoo land
Well,
because
a
it's too
reflection
expensive
of
to
real
live on
life.
Earth.
Like we don't actually pay Brian for anything or Bunny.
No. Of course not. Well,
I'm the
feel
only one
like-
that sees
I
any money. No.
I feel like there's like no money left, and we're just like claiming squatters right on the mansions.
the mansion is.
Been here so long.
You think that Walter Robotics is one? I don't think the Walters are very rich. At least not anymore.
It probably stays. They probably get by on their science magic.
We're not
Yeah.
very profitable. but
they can only-
all the money on the road.
They can only sell their stuff to like secret black market stuff because it's like beyond the comprehension of Earth's technology. So yeah, it's got to be difficult. Got to be difficult for the Walters to even have Walter Robotics workers.
But somehow they do it. We don't have to get into the logistics. Maybe it's a
That's
passion,
something-
but I'm sure there's
That's
some
for
type of-
that's for the comic and the cartoon. You can look that up
There's-
when it comes out, and
It's
there'll
like,
be probably.
it's like they have pizza party Fridays or something like that.
Yeah.
casual work Thursdays where you can wear different colored socks or something.
Spine has the pizza parties. It's his idea, but he always gets the works, and it's always like all the ingredients, like anchovies and jalapenos.
gross.
It's like I know you kids like your works pizza. That's the. Yeah, I don't know.
And I got plenty of spoons for how humans eat pizza. Just dig in.
You just gotta balance them on 2 spoons, the slices.
And then Zero's
All right.
like, and I got and I got these towels so you can wipe up after yourselves because I know it's gonna get messy.
And here's some extra vitamins for you. Whole pill of vitamins on it.
And then as that all the people are trying to be kind to the robots are like we know how people eat food. We're just doing this because you think we're idiots, and this is funny to us.
This will teach you to assign Spine these stupid tasks. He's a band member. Why does he have to throw pizza parties?
It's like, well, we didn't have the heart to tell him that this is not how you make. This is not what people like on a pizza. And so it's like working. Like, dang it, my plan didn't work. Now they feel sorry for me.
But there's at least like 10 employees that do eat the pizza. Like,
So yes, pizza party is one of the benefits. Thank you for your questions there. But to
All
be
right.
fair, in the realistic things, probably haven't mentioned this, but more recently, there was someone who claimed that we were a multi-million-dollar company, and that I made.
I wish that was true.
It was just like a comment, and it didn't stay up or anything. It got filtered through whatever. I think it was on YouTube, and so anyways, I think it was a few months ago, but I posted like like I don't know who's imagining this from us, but like I basically gave a breakdown of all of our income as much as I realistically could without delving into contracts per individual past people.
Don't tell people how I live.
But basically, it's like, look, this is what we make. If we owned a Subway franchise, like even a non-welling doing one that doesn't do well, like we would make more money than the band makes in a year and a month. You know what I mean? Like we're an artist just like everyone else. We
should we invest in Subway?
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
Is that what you're saying right now?
It's just an easy because it's a franchise, so it's like anyone could do it. That's why I was using it because I saw
A Steam Powered Giraffe a
I
franchise
read
now?
about it. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's because I've worked at places and you kind of see some of the money coming in from like when Bunny and I were doing like printing press services and stuff and design whatever. It's I'm proud of what Steam Powered Giraffe has done, but it's pales into comparison to just a company who is a company selling regular products or services.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't work 3 jobs if we were
We do it because we love
That
it.
was yeah.
But we're not. But we're not starving each other. We're not like Steam Powered Giraffe is. I feel is as generous as it can be with our contracts because it's all our own thing.
Oh hell yeah!
And I don't know anyone else who does it better. If you're a small company like that, you kind of that's what you're banking on is hopefully like, hey, we don't get much, but if something happens, these percentages are pretty high, right? So that's even past performers benefit from all that
Everything's
stuff.
very very transparent. So
that was received well. It's just putting it out there like, well, even though there's some guy that's probably projecting something, onto the band or whatever, it's like it's okay. Maybe he doesn't like our music or doesn't like changes or whatever. But now it's like, well, set the story straight just in case there's anyone else out there who is bitter at Steam Powered Giraffe having a Patreon, because I think that's what their message was like, and they're asking people to support them on Patreon. I'm like, yeah, how would we get through the pandemic without that? We absolutely couldn't without shows and stuff. I mean, we've come to rely on our Patreon patrons to pay for so many things to keep things going. I mean, it costs money to just exist at this point, regardless of if we actually come out with content. But we are, and it's so nice to have that support. Anyways, that was just a detour. I just wanted to get that out for the record on the podcast since it's public.
that's what the podcast is for.
Now, this next question we already answered, but I'll Coffee Cake, thank you for it. Any hopes for upcoming live performances? They just recently got into our music, and it would be incredible to see us do live performances again. So once again, not yet.
Yes, but what we can add on to that is that we have been telling our Patreon patrons that we're working towards live stream concerts, which I don't know if we've talked about on the Benetarium. Sorry, I don't listen to the last one.
You don't listen to our podcast?
And a lot happens in a month. I mean, you all know how it is. So yeah, we will have live stream concerts in the future. We're not setting a date for that yet because we're getting everything set up. But basically, it's going to be similar to our friends over at Abney Park, because we've been in talks with them since the pandemic, and they've done some live shows and whatnot, and what they've been doing since the pandemic. I think we've also been talking to Professor Elemental over at that time too. But yeah, it's gonna be like that sort of, except on our own thing, because our setup's a little different than theirs. But it'll be something like that, roughly $15 like for a ticket or something. Patreon patrons, of course, will get something. We'll come out with more details when we actually have a show. We're just in the rehearsal phase of like programming everything into our soundboard, because we have to redo the whole show, obviously, for a live stream, because it's going to be in stereo and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll have that. That'll be hopefully a nice thing to do every few months. At least that's our plan, regardless of when we go back to live shows. So not doing live shows yet. But eventually, of course, we already get back in person together for stuff.
Yeah.
But we're still busy right now, so we haven't really put any effort into live shows past live streams because we haven't needed to for the last few years. But we do miss it, as we say in our Patreon posts every single month. Or I guess I'm the one that types those up, so I've been saying it. Anything to add on top of that? Did I miss anything?
No?
Sprinkles.
Honeybee asks, I'm sure you all get this all the time, but do you ever see yourselves making a holiday album? We've been teasing that for a while. That we might want to, but only as sort of a playful
I think,
kind of
yeah,
idea.
we've gotten the question a few times over the years.
I think it's definitely in the realm of possibilities. Do we have any plans? No.
Feels like we did the one. My only favorite holiday song is the ones that aren't holiday. Like some Marshmallow
Yeah.
World. I don't want to. I mean, it's no offense to whatever people that love Santa or whatever, but
We got our original songs too. We got 2 of them. Wait, we got Snowman Barbecue. We have 1.
we actually did play that
It's-
live on at
yeah.
shows before.
Yeah, a bunch of shows.
It's a good one. It goes, it's a snowman's barbecue, and everyone's invited, even you.
It's the
Yeah,
intro
it's-
to our holiday shows when we used to do those.
Yeah.
So,
Back in the before times.
The long, long ago.
Thank you for the question. Jesse asks for Brian. Since it's been a while since the native commercial, what was your experience like filming it?
Let's get some
The
context
deodorant
on this,
commercial?
'cause I
I'm out of context too.
think we need some
It's-
context.
Yeah, so I did a deodorant commercial with a scent tar, like quotation scent, so it's like smells things. It was a really cool experience. The guy who wrote it is a good friend of mine. He's a comedian in town, Dallas McLaughlin. He's got a bunch of stuff on iTunes, so you can check out his stuff there. And it was a really fun cast of people, and the crew was really fun. It was out in this house in like Escondido, where they rent it out for film and stuff like that. So it's
Made to
it
look
was
like
by
a
a
park
creek-
or something,
creek.
right?
yeah, it was by a creek. There was like frogs and stuff. So that was really cool, man. Really cool experience all together. That's it.
Catherine asks, what is your favorite music-themed movie? Examples might be Amadeus, or The Commitments, or Hard Day's Night.
Blues Brothers.
Blues
Oh,
Brothers.
man.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Blues Brothers, probably one of the
Yeah.
earliest ones I remember.
I'll
so I'm gonna
go
have
out
to say
on a
Blues
limb and say
Brothers.
even though it pales in comparison, I don't think the music does. Blues Brothers 2000 is also pretty good.
Funkin'
music-wise.
that's cool.
Yeah, the music's
Funkin'
great in
Nasco.
both of them. Those are great
Funkin' Nasco.
soundtracks.
Yeah, I love the Erykah Badu scene in that. There's a lot, dude. So, anyways, I'm doing the Last Waltz this Saturday again, and Bones Malone's is playing trumpet.
Huh?
Oh,
Crazy.
cool.
Like, yeah, one of the Blues Brothers band members.
Dang.
Is he
Um,
in San Diego or?
I think him and Blue Lou live like either in L.A. or San Diego. I think probably in L.A. But I don't know, the company reached out to him, and Blue
Wow.
was gonna play as well, but he couldn't make it.
Oh, that's
But
cool.
I'm like all giddy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
I mean, Amadeus is good. Hard Day's Night. It's
Yeah.
There's so I like less musical things and more music adjacent kind of stuff. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
like musicals, but not in the. I don't. I haven't. There's not too many filmed musicals that I am pretty impressed by.
Yeah,
In the same way, because it's
a
like a theater
shame.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I've got visions of good musicals, but they never really ring out.
Yeah. Maybe
in
that's
movies.
just
they
the,
cut too much, or
yeah, or they hire an actor who isn't good.
yeah,
for-
who can't sing.
and it's just because they're putting it in there and like
No.
I mean the producer was good, but except for some of that stuff too. The new one, the musical movie, but
Dude, the first producers
yeah.
with Gene Wilder is one of my favorites. Anyways,
Cool. We got some Blues Brothers.
I'm looking at the commercial right now. I never watched it. It's so funny.
really, it's pretty good.
Some people say it just popped up for them, because on an Instagram ad or like a YouTube thing, because there's different
Yeah.
cuts of it. But see, I never actually saw it, so I had to go out of my way to watch it
I just-
because I
Yeah.
pay for all the ad and I have ad block stuff.
First thing I see is Brian's expression and him holding the product. And it's just like, oh, that's Brian. It's cool. From Pocket Moose. I dreamt you answered this question, so I feel the need to actually ask it.
Deja vu.
Did you have a name for the space album in mind? If it had been the second or third album instead of the fourth, since the Vice Quadrant would have messed up with the number scheme.
Vice Quadrant. I
Interesting.
think they might be going off of that you and I have said on the podcast before, I believe, that we actually were playing the Space album for our third album. I'm pretty sure that's, if I remember the history correct. When we were done with 2 Cent Show, Bunny and I wanted to do our Space album that we had in mind as our third album, but then, you know, we realized that John was going to be let go of the band, and it was like, and Sam was coming in to replace
We also
him.
wanted to reintroduce. We kind of wanted Hatchworth to have his own album to start before we got into his first album being a conceptual kind of high concept album.
We never had a name for this particular Space album, though. We just had
2
song
rocket
ideas.
ships.
Yeah. Who knows? Well, it would have been the 3. It would have been the third one.
3, 2, 1. Ah, blast off.
that
3,
was
2,
a-
1,
3,
blast
2,
off.
1
There you go.
quadrant. No, wait. That isn't. The Vice Trice. The Vice Tricerant. The Vice Trident, probably. No.
The space tricycle.
Yeah. Space Tricycle.
So what was the answer in their dream, I wonder? That's what I want to know. They admitted that, so we'll never know.
Stop dreaming about us, please.
It was two rocket ships, but Standing Room says, "Hey, gang." See, they know we're part of the gang. My family had a question. Yar. Wait, are we pirates?
Yeah,
Cowboys?
I thought we had Cowboys.
Yahoo!
I'm the only spaghetti gun smoke in this here town.
That's not true. I'm the spaghetti.
The original Gunsmoke.
I'm better than both of them combined.
Isn't Gunsmoke a television show?
I'm Gunsmoke
An old television
spaghetti.
show, Western. My family had a question about
Wasn't
the music
spaghetti an
video.
Italian dish?
Yeah. That's what they call them, spaghetti westerns. This guy, this guy.
I'm
Come
up
on
here.
now.
You're over there on my
Yo,
screen.
this guy. What a. This
You
guy.
can't see it,
This
audio
person.
listeners, but they're pointing at each other.
Yes.
If you want to
Forgetting that
see
this
all the
podcast
crazy
is
visual,
primarily just audio, but there is video to go along with it for the patrons.
but only if you pay $5 a month for the rest of your life.
Standing Room has a question, and I don't think they can wait any longer for it to
Oh
be answered.
God! All right.
A question about
is
the
it?
music video for Fancy Shoes. Someone get Sam on the line.
No.
I'm calling him right now.
I double checked with Chelsea on this one, so I know what the answer would be.
Okay, what
What is
is it about the shoes that makes the Walter workers run away like that in the Fancy Shoes music video? Are they afraid of the shoes? If so, why?
So in the music video, just for context for any of you who don't know who the hell we are or seen that music video, at the beginning of the music video, the fancy shoes, which are gold and turquoise, kind of just randomly appear in the middle of dirt field. So at the end of the video, we have the Walter workers who came upon them earlier in the video, like they run away from them. So I suppose there's a lore answer here, but for as filming goes and what was in our mind, and I double checked with Chelsea to make sure that my memory was right, is like, well, it's because the shoes just happen to appear they materialize out of thin air, and that's pretty much the only reason they run away. I mean, maybe because they know Hattress is going to have a music video after they appear. I don't know. But we did it because it was funny. So for lore reasons, it's probably because the Walter workers know, or they probably know that the shoes mean danger. Who knows? There's a backstory that we didn't write because Sam's no longer in the band.
The shoes mean danger. Oh, it's gonna go on a stomping spree.
Yeah, the simple answer is the answer. It's just that they appeared out of nowhere.
No!
But you know what? If we rewatched it, I'll be honest, I haven't seen it in years. If I rewatched it, I'm pretty sure we would pull out more stuff. But as far as like what Sam wanted and what we were doing the filming day, it was just a nice little tag. And it was funny that they're running away and they're saying, run away from the shoes because they just materialized out of nowhere. Regardless of if they know it's Hatchworth's shoes or not.
That sounds like a satisfying answer. I think you guys...
I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a mouse that wore the shoes too? From Dylan,
Yeah,
a genie...
Al Martin.
A genie casts a spell on you that allows you to learn any instrument in the world perfectly, but you can only retain the knowledge long enough to include it in one original song. What instrument would you choose, Mylan?
That's pretty good.
I think as far as like what we do on stage, I feel like piano. I want to get, because like obviously I can do chords on piano and stuff, and I can do little things, but I'm not going to impress anyone. You know what I mean? I think
Trombone. Right? Come on, how cool would that be? Look, we have a violin, a trombone, and a piano. Oh,
If we
That's
all
gonna
have this
be-
ability, we could make like the best album ever with our
So,
violin,
so
piano,
wait,
and
what
trombone.
if we just we stretch out that recording session long enough that we can get shows in while I have this piano knowledge, and then I'm just like,
My question is, wait, genies just start handing out wishes or spell? They just cast spells without you don't get to choose. Digens can do that.
Well, are we trapped by the genie? Is this what the?
I'm just saying, if we never finish the song, we get these instrument abilities forever.
Did I?
Well, that's
call
what
them
we do.
Digens?
We do
Like
a
Digens?
gin.
Aren't they gin?
Gins, yeah. Well, so what if we do a live album? So it's a show, and we just do one really long song, and we just crush it for like 5 hours,
Yeah.
and then we release that album, and we get like really famous, and then we all suck forever.
I don't know.
But it's fine because that
I
one
can't
album.
play the piano.
If
Or I'm
that
like,
happens,
or the next show they're like we just had to do one show, tons of money. They were expecting the best, and then I come out and I play chopsticks.
Ba-da-lam, bam, bam, ba-da-lam, bam, bam, ba-da-lam, bam, bam.
But see, here's the problem with that, with all of this, is if we
Here's the
did that,
trombone.
people would go nuts and be like, because we're a comedy act, and they would think we're geniuses, regardless of if we forgot how to play our instruments.
Robin Williams comes back from the grave to nod sagely in the audience. Last question from a Bunny Bennett. Favorite Marvel
Wait,
character?
hold on a second. From Bunny Bennett? You asking your
Yeah.
own questions? Or
I'm just
for
reading
you?
what I see. No, from Bunny Bennett.
Oh, well.
Favorite Marvel character, but it can't be Iron Man or Spider-Man.
Favorite Marvel character, but it can't be
Ghost
Nightcrawler.
Rider, hands down, Ghost Rider.
Oh, I'm going to make it even harder. Cinematic universe only.
He's
Oh, gross.
wait, but he is in the cinematic universe.
Oh, Black Panther.
No, he's
come
an
on.
he's an Agents of Shield, which I
No,
guess
no,
could count.
no. Nicolas Cage was in 2 Ghost Rider movies. They're both terrible. He's technically in the
That's not the Marvel
cinematic.
Cinematic Universe.
It's the old Marvel Cinematic
I
Universe.
guess. I guess if all of them are connected with the multiverse,
Blade's
okay,
in there too. So,
So
fine. Ghost Rider and Blade. I get it.
well, I'm going with Black Panther because obviously, fucking T'Challa. Come on.
Okay.
I'm not saying I like any of the movies. I just like you said characters. So your favorite Marvel
That's
character.
fine. That's fine. Marvel character is Ghost Riders. It's a good.
But if you're saying
character.
cinematic universe, it's gonna be cliche. But I really like that Loki show. I think Loki's pretty good character.
Oh, you like villains? You're a villain.
he's
you're a
he's an
villain.
anti-hero.
Oh my god! You can't believe
But,
you're a
I
villain
do like
right
Paul
now.
Rudd.
David's a bad boy.
I'm not
We're
really
the bad guys.
I don't really like Ant-Man much as a character, but I do like Paul Rudd. So it's you know what I mean.
You like Paul Rudd? Oh, you like Paul Rudd? Oh,
So basically, what is your answer, Bunny?
Paul
My
Rudd
answer.
is a Paul
Well,
Rudd.
if we're going from just characters, yes, Ghost Rider is definitely on the top there because he's just great. He's
How about like
Does Nightcrawler
skeleton.
count as a Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Yeah, I already said Nightcrawler. He's already.
Nightcrawler's great,
I already called
yeah.
him.
from the cinematic universe. If just
Colossus from
the
Deadpool?
Disney Marvel stuff, I would have to say, God, no Iron Man. Gosh, it's tough. 'cause
You're
Iron
the one that
Man
makes
could
the question.
I don't even know if I have one.
What about Spider Man? Oh wait, no. Just can't do that.
Wait,
one.
Werewolf by Night. Oh yeah, that's my new favorite one.
Oh, that was a good one. I like that.
Make
You said
make him
cinematic.
a hero.
But Disney Plus shows don't count, even if they're
Dang it.
movies technically. Does
I
that
don't
mean
know.
Anyways, does that
It
mean?
did
How
count.
about
It
can I
came-
do Ultron? Ultron seems like he wasn't made use of as much as he could have been.
What about in the What If? Like What If?
Oh
Ultron?
yeah, I don't remember that, but yeah.
What? You don't
I know
remember?
I
That's the best
watched it.
episode. Oh, it's
I
the best
watched
episode.
it, but I don't.
He's like the
remember.
Watcher's watching him, and then he's watching the Watcher, and he's like, "Hey," and the Watcher's like, "Oh no!"
Oh,
and
yeah.
then he's like, "Oh yeah." He breaks through
Oh yeah, I
like
remember that.
Kool-Aid Man. Oh,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
straight.
that's how it happened.
Oh yeah,
Well,
Anywho,
that was our
question.
question answer section. Yeah.
that's pretty good.
So let's. This is actually our last podcast for the year. I know we only do.
gosh.
We only do 6 a year, but
We're looming on the event horizon here. Turkey Days Among
What's
Us and
your-
Black Friday.
Yeah, what's your New Year's resolution that you're going for in the new year?
I've been crushing all of my goals for most of my life. So
Oh wow. So to continue crushing goals. Wow.
yeah, I have one of those answers where I'm like, Well,
Oh,
I'm gonna
wow.
keep exercising. I'm gonna keep singing, making songs,
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm
Okay,
doing
wow.
great.
Wow.
So I have no improvements. Not for me, anyways.
No, no, life's perfect. That's great.
No,
Mine's gonna be to eat a Choco Taco since they can't find them anymore.
dang, Choco Tacos.
it's always good to have that resolution after they're impossible to get.
Yeah,
Mine's to find all the socks that are not together at one point and then put them together. That's it.
Mhm.
Wow.
These are great. I
These
think
are-
we
these
all
are-
have
these are
really
funny
great.
these are all funny jokes. But in all seriousness,
This
yeah.
isn't the Q&A. This isn't the Q&A
This is-
section.
This is wait. Who didn't? Weren't you the one that said New Year's resolution, or was that Brian? I can't remember.
No, it was Bunny.
I didn't talk about.
Buddy,
Buddy,
he's
I didn't
there.
ask.
Where is he? He's over here?
I'm pointing
Buddy.
over here.
I didn't
Yeah, it was
ask
funny.
nobody's
Our windows
New Year
are in different-
resolution. I don't
Buddy was
care.
like,
Depending on who
what
you
about everyone's New Year's resolution? I was like, whatever, Bunny.
It's the last of the. You guys do anything for Turkey Day? No.
Well, I don't.
Nobody really celebrates it anymore. But
Not for
you know,
resolutional
like,
reasons. I'm not.
No.
I would protest it if I. There's
it's
a lot
now
going
just
on in
Black
the world.
the day before Black Friday is
But
what
what about
Thanksgiving is.
but what about stuffing?
I'll eat
Stuffing's
food. I don't
pretty
really
good.
like Thanksgiving food. Turkey's not really good to me,
But what about stuffing?
I like food. I'll eat a
Do you-
pie.
You not listening to the question that I said. What about the stuffing?
It's okay. Stuffing is such a wide. It can be so many things. You know what I mean? If you
We're having Korean barbecue chicken. That's what we're gonna make for
That sounds delicious.
Thanksgiving. It's rice and veggies and who knows what else.
I think I'm having chicken or something. Chicken
Chicken's always good.
something with I can't remember. Is it like a coconut thing or who cares? It's gonna be in a sauce and it's gonna be
Certainly not the listeners of our podcast.
Dang.
Get back to talking about your Western names. I'm the only spaghetti gunsmoke that ever did
Now look.
come into this town with a reason to be here.
My mama named me Spaghetti Bill, and I'm gonna die Spaghetti Bill.
Oh, you're gonna die, Spaghetti Bill, all right, from my 6 shooters.
Oh, not if
I don't
I've
even-
got nothing to do with it. The town ain't big enough for the two of us.
I'm like not really. I'm trying to
Get
do
to a
like
bigger
Western
town. Why don't we
accent, but I
choose a bigger
quite ever-
town then?
And get anywhere
What,
else.
like
Our gang
Tucson, Arizona?
No, that's way too big.
Oh, all right, let's
They
find
got
a
some.
mid-sized
They got some
town.
real criminals and gangs out there. We gotta.
Oh,
Maybe we just stay right where we are in this small town.
it is quite cozy here, isn't it? Oh, we know everybody already.
So I guess we should end the podcast. We have maybe a little more 10 minutes or so. We ended on a positive note. Let's talk about seasonal depression. And because we're gonna miss all of December, and that's when people are gonna be sad.
I know. Are they sad because it's Christmas, or are they sad because
Well, multiple
2022
things.
is over?
Multiple things.
The weather,
No,
It's the
you know
weather.
when you just
It is the weather.
just-
Some of it.
you have a
December.
little packet. You open
Typically,
it up.
people are more stressed.
It's true.
Stressed because it's supposed to be. Some people don't like their families. Some people.
It's true. You gotta
Some
buy gifts for your family. That's stressful.
Hey, there's stuff that in Greenland and stuff, people get depressed a lot more because the sunlight's all the way up.
'Cause the sun, everything
Or
gets
it gets,
dark
no,
at
it
4
gets
o'clock.
dark, and then it's dark for a long time too, right? Isn't it both things?
Oh.
I don't know.
Sometimes
Well-
you open up a little packet of noodles, and you put it in boiling water, and then you have a little packet of seasonal depressing, and you sprinkle that on, and that's your dinner. And,
Yeah.
oh boy, it's all spirals down.
But in all seriousness, didn't I already say that? Here's another joke.
Look after yourself this holiday season, and take good care of. Do your self care.
The world's still terrible. You don't need us to tell us that. We don't need us to tell you. You don't need us to tell you that.
We don't need us to tell us that either, because we already told us, and we know.
I tell myself every morning, the world's terrible. Now I can
And us
start my
better
day.
listen up real good, or I'll be coming around to tell us again.
But you know what? Small victories, very, very, very small victories. Thanks for voting, young
Tiny.
folks. It
Yeah.
helps a little bit, even if it feels
That
like
was
an uphill
great.
battle.
They're trying to make the voting age 21 now,
Oh my god!
because too many people came out.
Yeah, but by
Wow.
the time they get to that voting age, all those people will be the voting age already.
Yeah.
So it'll be fine. Times not going backwards.
We could easily turn this into a political podcast easily.
This is not a political podcast.
I got nothing but it in my head, just endless things to say. But
Thank you for voting. I guess is the best thing to say. Thank you for voting. Keep voting. We'll get through this. And if you're not in America, I'm sorry, because you're probably in the UK or...
There's a lot going on. You still got Ukraine stuff. You still got... you see stuff in the Middle East, all that happening.
Yeah.
No one's forgot about that either. Just can't do much about it, I suppose.
I think the best thing to do is to listen to music from your favorite band and, just keep on keeping on. Doesn't have to be Steam Powered Giraffe. Just,
Yeah. Things comfort.
I can see it now.
Comfort.
Steam Powered Giraffe. Well, you know what the world needs right now? I can see it already.
It's a $9.99 CD from our website.
Just listen to music from your favorite band and that'll solve everything. Quote Bunny Bennett.
And drink a Pepsi. Ah!
You know what
Yeah,
the
maybe
holidays remind me of? Consumerism.
Choco tacos.
Buy a Steam Powered Giraffe cup and support.
Buy a $48 hoodie from our website so Printable can send it to you and we will make $2. No, it's probably...
But yeah, I mean, it's tough these days. So just you gotta look out for yourself. Hug your loved ones and
So we're not. No one's going to hear us until
listen
January.
to Steam Powered Giraffe. Yeah, they'll hear from us if they check in with us on Twitter and Discord.
There's only
and whatever.
I want to know those people who only listen to our podcast and like, yep, they're not doing anything still. I'm like, we are. You don't see it because we can't. It's a podcast. Well, so let's get all the holiday stuff out of the way while we got a few more minutes left.
What?
Because we're not having a podcast. What are you
What
doing
more
for holidays?
Do you need? What more do you need from us? What more do you want from me?
What are you doing on holidays? Tell me what you're doing.
Haven't made any holiday
I don't know. It's a month away. Jeez.
Yeah, but pretend like they're going to listen to this in January or February. Got a lot of big
Can't wait for
holiday
2023.
plans, huh? Excited.
Yeah, you know it.
Excited a month away to see the fam. We got so much stuff to do before Santa Claus comes here, or the giant menorah or whatever happens.
I'm pretty much just gonna be working the whole time, so that's it. Cool.
Yeah,
It's
Good
a
story.
podcast.
All right, everyone, let's sync up. It's a podcast from Steam Powered Giraffe. It's the Benetarium. Oh boy, we got all the stuff here, and everyone had a great time. Seasonal depression on the Benetarium. Hot dog. It's the Benetarium. And we're done. Thank you very much.
So I was able to sync it with Brian a little bit because that's a little cheating because I'm waiting till his video comes in.
That was great.
So it actually sounded like we synced up, and Bunny, you were.
I think we're going to sell a lot of CDs after that performance.
We're a band, everybody. See you later.
Honestly, I have seen that I have seen a comment that was like, they don't even talk about music. They don't even talk about instruments or.
No.
They're talking about.
Occasionally, we probably have like every once in a great moon.
Well, yeah, but to be
How
fair,
much can you talk about?
I know. Yep, we play instruments. Sometimes.
It's not really a music podcast. It's a whatever we
Benetarium.
want.
It's something about aquariums, I think.
Yeah.
It's about keeping exotic fish.
What's with the art too? It hasn't been updated in years. It's like a dinosaur with a microphone coming out of its mouth.
Yeah, because we like dinosaurs. We're just trying to make it slightly separate from Steam Powered Giraffe, so it's not like Steam Powered Giraffe the podcast, Steam Powered Giraffe the thing. At least that was the initial idea. Just in case we had anything else we wanted to talk about. You know what I mean?
Which
we don't.
don't.
The subtitle for the podcast is a podcast from the creators of Steam Powered Giraffe. It's not.
For the creators of Steam Powered Giraffe.
And bye.
We just like to hear ourselves talk, and we were like, you know what would sound really good is we all got SM7Bs, and we just talked into them with headphones,
But then we recorded the Discord audio rather than.
I'm just kidding. We started with SM58s. We were doing like
Yeah.
we were doing like the bare bones back in the day. I mean, they sound okay for podcasts. Does anyone really notice the quality difference? Because technically it's compressed going in through Discord if we're doing it remotely. So I'm the only one that has a slightly less compressed voice. As it should.
Well, you can answer. You can ask those questions on the next podcast in 3 months. So
3 months. January is the next one.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Maybe. Unless we're like, we have too much to do. Sorry, podcast, you're going on the back burner. We're skipping.
We hope you had a lovely time listening to our voices, and we'll catch you on the next Benetarium.
Follow us on some social media. Follow us on whatever social media site didn't just destroy itself by the time you
Whatever's left in the new year.